everybody. Welcome to Stupid Clock. I'm Joe. We got Dan, Zach, and the other Joe in here. Sorry we're a little late. I was trying to get Alexa to behave, but she wouldn't shut stuff off or turn stuff on. Alexa, hold my calls.
Yes, Daddy. I mean Joe.
I think the damn thing becomes sentient.
One of you has to be.
Oh, had a great day at Next Chapter Con. Dan, if it wasn't just a 1 day deal, I'd say you ought to come up. I mean, they were selling books like mad up here.
Yeah, that would be great. Uh, oh,
And of course, they
now
said,
you send me the email.
what email?
A camcorder.
Oh. Oh. But yeah, next year they're also adding in a film festival, and they're going to be doing talk on how to turn your book into a screenplay.
That'd be interesting.
It's not as easy as it looks. It is something that you have to study a little bit. From a writer's point of view, it is something that is not as intuitive as it looks like it could be.
That's why the movie is never as good as the book, because it doesn't have the picture you have in mind.
Yes.
Of course, Dan, I learned some great trivia today.
Yeah.
Guess who was originally slated to be the director of Star Trek: The Motion Picture?
I'm not sure.
It was actually two guys, but they were both busy with projects at the time. One was named Lucas, the other was named Spielberg.
Well, that would have been something, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have changed the whole scope of everything.
A little bit.
Okay, Zach's totally ignoring us.
Sorry, the new weather models are dropping.
Oh, the new storm coming through?
Yeah.
It looks like you're in a direct line this time.
Yeah, the eye's gonna, just go like 5 miles to the north.
Oh, you're gonna be on the west side, the fun side.
I'm gonna be on all sides.
Oh.
And it's the National Weather Service. Don't ever believe the first 3 predictions they put out when they say there's gonna be a hurricane. Believe the 4th. Because they were like, oh, it's fine. It's gonna be a low Cat 2. That's what they said at 8 a.m. this morning. Well, by 11 a.m., it was a strong Cat 2. Now it is a medium Cat 3, and multiple models are showing it to be a medium to strong Cat 4, basically the same as Helene. So I've talked to multiple people that know people in Tampa. The stores are empty, and the gas stations are also empty already because they haven't restocked from last week with Helene. So
Carl has been watching Star Trek Continues on YouTube.
Yes. Some of those are really good.
Yeah. Grant Imahara is playing Sulu.
Really?
From Mythbusters. The actor's last name is Duhan.
Nice.
It's his son.
No shit.
And I really don't want to pay his fee because we're on the air right now, but I don't want to pay his fee. But I could get the guy playing Captain Kirk for Hallowcon.
Dare I ask what his fee is?
We'll discuss it off air.
Mm. But notice we did not ask what his name is. We
Yeah.
can find that out by watching one of the videos.
Yeah. I'm putting it in the
Private chat.
yeah.
It's a long name.
Yeah, it's there. All right, it's in the chat room.
Ah, gotcha.
Ah.
Yeah. Mignola, Vic. He does a good job as playing Kirk. And when I met him, I didn't know about what I just posted in the chat. I told him, I said, you're the second best person to play James T. Kirk. And he looked at me and went, okay, who's the first? I said, well, it ain't the tree. What, Zach? Carl, let's just say there are
He's running-
lists that he could be on. Some watch lists.
There seems to be some unexpected expenses that he's run into.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because some conventions that have brought him in are okay, where am I here? Turn that around a little bit. Okay. There are some conventions that have brought him in that have caught a lot of flack.
I lost audio for a second.
Well, that's all right. You were just listening to us.
That could be a blessing, Joe.
I wasn't going to go there with that, Joe Dog, but that was going to be good for once.
Why break a perfect record now?
Yeah. True.
You'll disappoint Dawn.
Oh, and since he's not here, I've got Alexa trained ready for John.
I'm glad I did not take a drink at that particular moment.
What
have you done?
Alexa, volume 10. Alexa, play death metal.
Play it yourself, Scarborough. I am not falling for that anymore.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's actually better than I expected.
Well, Alexa won't say the S word.
Oh.
Or it would have been in there. Trust me, I tried 3 times.
There's no kind of like parental configuration you can disable?
No.
No, they knew people like Joe Dog were going to buy it, so they said no.
I mean, even Google got the censor. Hey, Google, what's my name?
Your name is
No lie detected.
What's the matter, Zach?
I didn't know it did that.
Didn't know it did what?
All of that.
Censored me?
Yeah. See, normally with Siri, it just says, "No, I can't do that. That would be rude."
I have all of that crap turned off, so.
There's
Hey,
Christopher.
Chris.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
For
Bring
some
your
reason,
cam down just a little bit. Chris,
What?
your chin is
Oh,
just barely on. There we go.
okay.
Center you up in screen. I was telling Joe we may have brought a new member to NDCD today.
Yeah. And he's he specializes in podcasting corners and all that stuff. So
Yeah, that's what Joe Dog was saying.
I really
Oh,
hope he jumps in.
And tells us all the stuff that we're doing wrong.
I can
explained.
do that.
Hey, then I explained to him about Stupid O'Clock and what we are
Mhm.
and our basic description of the show. He goes, "That can be dangerous." I said, "You have no clue."
Hey Donna. Hey Carl.
Uh,
And hello Trey, if you're still watching.
I'm pretty sure she is. I haven't heard her moving around upstairs.
she said something at 2 minutes ago, so.
Oh man.
It was in the chat. I can't hear what's going on in your house, Mr. Bachman. Your microphone is not that good yet.
Probably for the best you can't hear what goes on in this house. I don't know that you have enough alcohol.
Nope, probably don't. It's been about 3 weeks since I bought a bottle of liquor, so saving up for Hallowcon.
Yeah. They're telling what's going on in the Bachman household because they got a hobo and bread
Mm-hmm.
and yarn, lots of yarn.
Lots and lots of yarn.
Chris, I was telling him, you know what the showrunner for Next Chapter Con said that next year's show is going to be have the film festival and have people that it's going to help write screenplays and convert stories to screenplays.
Yep.
So that should be good.
Yep. Be bigger. Maybe we'll actually have a show in a convention center that doesn't have a bodybuilding contest going on at the same time.
That was Shades of Liberty Con, wasn't it?
Yeah, Metrotham too. Then they have one during Metrotham as well.
I don't. No, that was the Little Princess pageant.
Okay.
Yeah, you're seeing 7 and 8-year-old girls dressed like in bikinis and tiaras running around. And it's like, nope.
Yep.
Well, when we went to Macon for my little brother's induction to the grand poobah-ness of his Masonic Lodge, they had another group there set up in the lobby trying to gain more members. I do believe it was the Latter-day Saints. I'm not sure. Now I'm going, y'all can get along really well.
I'll tell you what I would love to do is have a convention at a hotel that the Shriners are having their convention.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and invite Ray Stevens.
I've got Chris. Let's just not name celebrities anymore
Yeah.
because evidently it's been a curse.
Mm.
I
Yes,
mean,
Donna.
yeah. I mean, we lost John Amos, John Aston. Oh, good Lord! I mean, it was a body count last week.
I
Mm.
thought John
Yeah.
Aston was already dead. I didn't realize he died. Yeah, Maggie Smith and several others. I can't.
Yeah,
There's
Carl.
been
Yep.
so many; it's hard to keep up with it all.
Well, they say it comes in threes, but they decided to do this one in triplicate. It almost seemed like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
at least
it
sixes.
came in waves.
Oh, did y'all see the tribute to Maggie Smith at the Harry Potter experience down in Florida?
No.
No, but I saw a photo on social media with Maggie Smith, Hagrid, Professor Dumbledore, and Professor Snape.
Yeah. No. At 6 p.m. they played like whatever her theme was whenever she walked into the room or whatever,
Yeah.
and everybody was holding their wand up. The entire park.
Well, no, Donna, as far as I know, he's still alive, but they canceled his show, Blue Buds, which he was not happy about.
I mean, good
And-
grief. He's had 2 major shows on CBS. I mean, most people are lucky to have a full career
Yeah.
off one show.
Well, not to mention that he had a movie career in between.
Yeah, I
30
said
Men and a Baby and Quigley Down Under and the Sackets and
successful.
those were fairly successful movies. 3 Men and a Baby was a blockbuster hit, and then the Sackets and
Quickly.
have cult followings, so those are nothing to scoff at.
We know all about cults, don't we, Chris?
We're familiar with one or two, maybe.
Dang, that one's coming right at you, ain't Zach? I just looked at Zach's latest post,
Oh, yeah.
and I guess the star is you.
Yep.
Oh, damn, my brother's going to catch it. He's on the Tampa side.
Mm.
Well, their last advisory, they lowered how much rain they think we're going to get, which I don't believe because everything else shows it strengthening. But the afternoon forecast said anywhere from 8 to 14 inches of rain.
And I just got the notification for it, and it's first thing pulled up in my feed.
Mm.
Yeah, they're hunkering everything here. Well, not here, but Tampa more so. But feel for Tampa. Can't get a break. It literally just got fully restored like this week. If it was last week, they had Helene. And now it's Milton. We're just lucky the other two that formed in the Atlantic have curved
away.
But one of them is going to head straight for Europe and still be formed when it gets to Europe.
It's going to play hell with my canal boat people in England.
It's going to stay south of England, actually. It's going to get Spain and then go like Germany. But I'm sure they'll still get some outer bands in the area.
Yeah. Well, some of the canals have been rather low, and they need, although they've had a gracious surplusage of rain this year. Evidently, they need a little bit more.
Well, they're going to get it.
I do believe so.
I was watching one yesterday, I think it was. It's a guy that's from Canada that normally does like trains and stuff, but he's in Europe doing canal boats right now. And I'm going to not remember the name of what it is, but it's the canal lifter that
Oh, yeah,
rotates.
the one in Scotland, yes, the
Yeah, he
Falkirk
did.
wheel.
That's the one. He did that. So he did that and then went through the bridge part of it, and then it goes like straight into a tunnel. And I only watched part of it. I didn't get to finish it, but it was interesting. There's so much to the canals over there. I like that Tesco has a parking lot on the canal.
Several of them do, yeah.
Hey, Rich.
There are several places where they can be going right down the canal, and they go, oh, this is on the map, and let's pull over here. There are rings. Oh, wow. There's a gate right to the shopping center parking lot. And the only bad thing is that you have to look around underwater for idiots that have thrown shopping carts in that are, especially since the canals are so shallow, you could really ruin your propeller hitting a shopping cart.
Yeah. Well, this one that he pulled off to shortly after the wheel, it was so busy they had to actually put their own anchor spikes down because the dock that had been built for them was full.
Oh, yeah. Some of what they do on that is just so much fun to watch them cope with it. I mean, seriously, those things are 40 to 70 feet long and solid steel, so they're not exactly a canoe. And you jump off with a rope and pull it to the side, and if the wind's blowing the wrong way, you're gonna need a little help.
Well, I'm surprised is you can rent them because he rented one with one. I don't know if it's his wife or one of his team, but they rented it for 5 days, and there's no one with them. They're operating it themselves,
and they have maybe at most 2 hours of training.
Yeah.
And there's no background check or anything else. There's a lot of boat rental places like that over there.
It'd be interesting to do.
Well, now on the Tennessee River, they've got boat rentals, but they do background checks on you since 9/11.
Well, yeah, you don't want someone driving it into a bridge
or a dam.
That too.
No, they actually caught 3 guys planning on getting a bass boat, loading it with C4 and driving it up the intake of one of the dams.
Or ruined somebody's entire day.
I mean, could you imagine blowing the turbines of a Gunnerville's Atlanta. The one up near Knoxville.
Take your pick.
Fort Loudon.
Okay.
And the plan was to take out Chattanooga. Because if somebody blew Fort Loudon, Watts Bar and Chickamauga could not hold it.
Yeah. No.
It'd just be a cascading failure.
Yep.
Yeah. And then it gets to Chattanooga, and we got 2 mountains that are half a mile apart that the river goes between.
It'll look like a certain specific Godzilla movie.
Yeah. They're saying the water would actually spill into Atlanta.
Oh.
Damn.
That's what's holding all the water back.
Yep.
Which is interesting looking at it because I don't want to say it's not a big dam, but when Hoover Dam's a big dam. This thing is nothing like Hoover Dam, but I'm guessing it's also the flow that it's controlling.
Yeah.
It holds back a lot of water.
Yeah. Fort Loudon is 300 feet above Watts Bar Dam in
Elevation.
Right.
Watts Bar is 300 feet above Chickamauga. So that's 900 feet of water coming down through there.
Yeah.
I would get wet. My water would get wet. My yard would get wet from flood.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be several gallons a minute.
Your
And Chris
foundation might get wet.
Yeah. Chris has been to my house. I don't live on the little bump rise. I mean,
No, he's near the crest of a very big hill.
you could call this a ridge line.
Yeah.
How tall would you say Loudon is, the dam itself? Because it's not 300 feet. But I guess
He's
that's
talking about the
natural,
elevation.
the natural descent of the elevation.
I think Fort Loudon is
It's hard to judge it in the picture.
70 feet tall.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I
it's,
mean,
as I said, it's holding back a lot of water.
Yeah.
That's a big reservoir on the upper side.
The dam is 122 feet high and stretches 4,190 feet across the Tennessee River. The reservoir has 379 miles of shoreline and 14,600 acres of water.
Yep. That's a lot.
Hell, if that went through Atlanta, Zach might be glad his place in Florida doesn't have a basement.
Well, it was interesting listening to that when Helene was going through. I was watching some of the hurricane coverage, and people are like, "We're under a major tornado. Like, get in your basement. There is a tornado on the ground." But we're also under a surge flood warning for the next 20 minutes.
so stay out of the basement.
So which do I do? And the commentator was like, pray. Make a decision. Go to the basement until your feet start getting wet. Then go upstairs and deal with the tornado. I was like, okay.
Dan, were you on with us the night the tornado ripped through Chattanooga?
I don't remember.
My son-in-law's aunt lived out there in the path. The tornado went through her backyard. I mean, this is a neighborhood, so you know how the houses are. It went through the backyard. It took out a detached garage on either side of her, sucked all the water out of her swimming pool, didn't move a chair on the deck.
Wow.
Didn't even move a shingle.
That's
On the other side of her house, a tree fell over onto her house.
Excuse me.
Yeah, tornadoes are a critter.
mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
That's why Lindsay's having a bit of survivor guilt about Helene, because it went right over our house.
Mm.
It did practically no damage. Knocked down a couple of trees, knocked down some tree limbs, knocked out power all around us, knocked over 3 plastic chairs in the backyard. and then totally devastated the Carolinas and East Tennessee. And she's just having a lot of trouble.
Mhm.
I mean, it went right over us, and we got out of it scot free, but other people did not.
Well, she's in. Tell her, hey, you were in favor.
The biggest dam on the Tennessee River is Wilson Dam. It's near Muscle Shoals, Alabama. It is 137 feet high, stretches 4,541 feet across the Tennessee River. It has 21 generating units of hydroelectric power, a
Wow.
capacity of 653 megawatts. It is the largest conventional hydroelectric facility in the TVA system. Only Raccoon Mountain Pump Storage Plant near Chattanooga can generate more hydroelectric power.
Damn.
Wow.
Wilson
It is
Reservoir,
a big one.
yeah. Wilson Reservoir provides 166 miles of shoreline and has 15,500 acres of water surface for recreation. The main lock is 110 by 600 feet. Maximum lift of 100 feet is the highest single lift lock east of the Rocky Mountains, and an auxiliary lock has two 60 by 300 foot chambers that operate in tandem. On average, 3,700 vessels pass through Wilson's locks each year. It has a flood storage capacity of 50,500 acre feet.
That is huge.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Tennessee.
Oh, the Raccoon Mountain that he spoke of, that is a marvel of. That is an engineering marvel. The Raccoon Mountain butts right up to the Tennessee River. So TVA went in, bored a hole below, right at river level, halfway through the mountain, then turned and went 1,180 feet up. Hollowed out the top of the mountain, and at night they pump water up to the lake up on top of the mountain, and during the day as demand comes in they drain it and the pumps become turbines.
Yeah, the Tennessee River was known for a lot of flooding, and when the Tennessee Valley Authority was created in 1933, the idea was to bring hydroelectric power to rural Tennessee and northwestern Georgia and Alabama and do flood control.
Oh,
I believe it's one of the more effective and efficient government agencies.
yeah.
It's the only one that makes money.
Look up Norris.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, it's nowhere near that big, but
Yeah.
It's fairly significant though.
the lake itself is huge.
Yeah.
I know that, but the dam is not that big.
Dan probably remembers when his grandparents, when they first started running electricity to houses, some of the people were, didn't want to have to pay for electricity, all this. You run it in this house, only unscrew that light bulb and just let it all run out on the ground.
Actually, my great uncle, my great aunt never had wiring inside the walls.
It was
They
stapled
had-
to the outside.
They had Edison Mazda wiring stapled to the walls and ceiling.
Wow.
We're talking plastic had not been invented. It was cloth insulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dam infrastructure project was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 2016. Norris Dam is a straight concrete gravity type dam. The dam is 1,860 feet long and 265 feet high. Norris Lake, the largest reservoir on tributary of the Tennessee River, has 33,840 acres of water surface and 809 miles of shoreline. The dam has a maximum generating capacity of 126 megawatts.
And I've fished just about every cove on that damn lake when I was a child. My dad, my uncle would take me out fishing every weekend. They used to joke, as soon as I caught something, I'd say, Daddy, we can go home now. I caught a fish. Oh, Lord.
Game warden, they say, is the only person that can step on your boat without anything to inspect your catch.
In Tennessee, bugger got to be really brave.
Oh, I saw a video on YouTube. The sheriff pulled up on a boat, and it was one of those boats that had the little deck on the back, right at water level. And the deputy pulled up side, another one jumped off and standing on the back of the boat. He says, I got to ask you, is there anything on this boat that shouldn't be here? He said, only you, officer.
I've seen that video.
And the officers goes, yep. No, the officer turned around and went, yeah, that's right. Climbed back on the other boat. Because, with cameras rolling, that's a... if he'd have seen anything down under, below on that boat, standing on that, inadmissible in court.
Dan, in addition to those little factoids, it was constructed at a cost of $36 million, which is equivalent to $622 million in 2023.
I don't doubt it. Even as a child, I was impressed by it, and I knew it was a tiny thing.
Yeah. Excuse me.
But that lake is huge.
Mm-hmm. You heard me describe it.
Yeah.
Nickajack and Chickamauga aren't small.
No.
And although I don't think it's on the Tennessee River, Lake Weiss is rather large too.
Oh, there's one that he always wanted to go fishing on, but it was in one of the Carolinas. I don't know which. People are describing it as an inland sea rather than a lake. It was so big. And it's like you pull up on the western shore of the lake, you can't see the eastern shore because the earth curves. I can't remember the name of it. I really can't. Basically just a big puddle, but
Was it Lake Norman?
No, that don't sound right.
Well, it says Lake Norman sprawls over an impressive 32,000 acres. It's the largest man-made lake in North Carolina.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't remember what the name of it is or which state it was actually in.
It wasn't Lake Lurie, was it?
No. I want to say it started with a C, but I can't swear to that.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about a memory from almost 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn thing could be a Walmart by now.
In Lake Marion, is it?
Don't think so.
It's 110,600 acres in South Carolina.
Like I said, it's just an old memory, and I wouldn't trust it too well because it's one of my memories. And I attended college since then, so grains of salt are necessary.
You attended college, so that's 20 years of memory gone.
Pretty much.
Ew.
University of Georgia, too, if that tells you anything.
In the 70s.
In the 70s, yeah.
I'm sorry, I lived through the 70s. I don't remember.
I do remember University of Georgia refused to let Animal House be filmed there because
Mhm.
they thought it would damage their reputation as a party school.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have enhanced it too much, but I don't know how much damage it would have done.
Yeah. Oh, Joe, I put the link to that song in the Stupid O'Clock chat.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a version of YMCA as sung by Ramstein.
Okay.
That'd be something.
Say what, Zach?
That would be something.
It's Anthony Vincent, the 10-second song guy. He does some good stuff. I mean, his Frank Sinatra stuff's amazing. He sounds like Frank. It's scary.
I can't remember who it is. I once watched a few videos by a fellow and his band that does mashups of different songs that just happen to have, by coincidence, pretty much the same rhythm pattern.
Yeah.
So you can trade verses and choruses and verses and choruses between 2 or even 3 different songs.
Postmodern Jukebox came to Chattanooga and played.
Oh, I like them, but I can only take them in small doses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't see $80 a ticket for them either.
No.
Chris, in the Walker Theater.
Yeah, man.
I pay
No.
more for parking at a concert these days.
I think the last live concert I went to was Peter Schickley performing several PDQ Bach albums with some of the original cast. And that was in a teeny tiny theater on University of Georgia campus. Never been in that building before. I always wondered when I walked by what it was for. But it's beautiful on the inside. Peter Schickley and PDQ Bach, by extension, are really funny.
I have seen 2 acts in the Walker Theater. One of them was Eric Johnson, guitar virtuoso, and the other was Night Ranger.
That was just recently.
Yep, Night Ranger was this year.
Last show I saw was Hard at Riverbend. And that was after the back surgeries and walking with a cane and trying to maneuver the crowd and people kicking my cane out from under me.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Fun times. Yeah.
Chris, did you get a nap in?
Yeah, but it wasn't long enough.
I did. I came home, ate a cookie, and went to bed.
Oh, now I want a cookie.
It was one of those Walmart chocolate chunk cookies.
I hate you.
Ooh.
It's a Walmart literally across the street. I was
Yeah, I bet
dedicated
it's-
enough I could walk there.
And I bet it's already closed.
Yeah.
So
True.
Walmart.
It's Titusville. Everything closes at 6.
Ugh. Walmart should be open 24 hours.
Yeah,
The
they should.
gas stations close here.
Uh,
Gas stations close.
It's Titusville. Things stay open in Utah later than they do here.
Dan, since COVID, Walmart found out they save probably 25 million a day closing at midnight.
Shit. I wish they stayed open till midnight. They fucking close at 11 here.
I was going to
Well-
say, I think the one in Edmonton was 10.
Yeah.
Hell, I used to do all my Walmart shopping at 3 a.m.
I used to too. That's
Well,
what pisses me off.
Yeah, the reason is most of it was walking out the door.
Oh, shoplifting. Yeah.
I mean, people would walk up, literally take a TV, load it, 2 or 3 TVs, load them in the carts, and just right out the front door.
Well, you know, they have alarms and shit because they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
Things-
but they can't touch them. They can't stop them.
You know, there's things called doors.
And if the alarms go off, the doors can lock. We have computers now. We can arrange that.
They don't
Well, just run it like Costco does. I've been in Costco where they've closed the store, and they don't kick you out. They make it as annoying as possible by turning out 90% of the lights. But they'll close the whole metal grate, and they'll open it for every, 3 people that are ready to leave.
Believe it or not, that's probably not the store manager shutting off the lights, though.
No, it's automated at Costco. I hated it as a child. I would start
Good.
slapping my family, being like, "We need to leave. They're gonna lock us in."
We had the same thing at Staples. Basically, after you were there for more than half an hour, we were running on essentially emergency lights.
Yeah, Bentonville controls the thermostats to the Walmarts.
Yeah.
Massachusetts handled ours.
Like I said, I wish they would stay open till 2 a.m. I could get most of my stuff done. And they could shut down for a little while and restock all the shelves and do all the cleaning they got before they open back up at 6 or 7.
Mm.
Or just allow you at least to do the pickup. Like, they can have their people do it if they don't want to have people in the store. That should be 24/7. That would not be hard for them to staff.
That's actually a really good idea right there.
Walmart, if you do that, I want 1%.
I'll take
be
a
the
half.
freaking day.
I'll take a 0.5%.
Quarter. Clear my debt, and then I'll be free. Asterisk with a Walmart Plus membership for life.
They wouldn't have to do anything but clean out the cushions in the car. Just one car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was, for a while, Walmart was considering getting into used cars, insurance, and building apartments on property.
They didn't have enough property to build apartments.
Evidently,
In
there
most
was a tax
places.
break for it. So
Mhm. All right, Carl. Good luck with your secret shopping trip in the morning.
yeah.
And remember, they can't sell until 8 p.m. the good stuff, or 8 a.m.
I'm sure he
12:30
didn't let
here.
it get that low in the first place.
Oh, sorry to say this, but
Already?
Yeah, that's what happens when
You
go
asked
to-
for 1 hour, not 2.
Yeah, I think you might need to go back to the 2, Joe Doug.
Maybe.
He probably ain't gonna do that till November.
He misses it.
No, I really need to go back to the 2 hour on Saturday nights to get my body adjusted to it.
Yeah. That would be the smart thing to do.
Well, you only got 2 more between now and the big day event.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, I'm the one trying to help you.
Are you ready?
What?
Are you ready?
No.
What do you think?
Jesus, I haven't even unloaded all the stuff I bought this year out of the van to load it up with all of Lindsay's stuff for vending.
No, Zach, we're not ready, but we will be.
Yep.
It always comes together there at the end.
In the last 5 minutes.
We hope.
Yeah. Zach, if you do show up between noon and 3 on Friday, stay out of my way. Dan has seen it. I mean, a pinball being shot out of a cannon ain't got nothing on me.
Oh, I've been there. I've done it.
And don't kick his cane. No matter how funny it would be, don't do it.
No, you do that on Sunday.
I tell you who you need to stay out of the way of is me.
And Ruth. Especially Ruth.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sorry, totally unrelated. Amazon's releasing their own version of The Office.
Oh no.
It premieres October 18th.
Oh,
Why?
well,
Just leave things alone.
that'll be 3 episodes of something that no one will watch.
Well, you know what they're trying to pitch now? Friends, the next generation.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, God, none of those people ever got laid.
Well, they did, but it took them forever to get there.
Took about 8 seasons.
Well, Apple Plus has a good movie. Wolves.
Was it good? I haven't watched Apple Plus in a bit. I have to renew it.
It's George Clooney and Brad Pitt. They're cleaners.
Oh,
You know what I mean by cleaners.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
They're rival cleaners that end up on the same job.
Oh, wow.
And well, that's all I'm going to tell you. It's got beautifully done plot twists.
I
found out something the other day. Speaking of
think
Brad
I've
Pitt.
seen that as a Jack Lemmon, The Odd Couple in a movie. Not an Odd Couple movie, but the 2 actors, Klugman, Lemon and Klugman doing. Klugman's a hitman, and Lemon is not, and it got weird from there.
I found out who Brad Pitt
Walter
beat out
Matthau, thank you.
Brad Pitt.
for Thelma and Louise's the party he had in it. You know who 2 of the other guys he was competing against for the part?
Who?
George Clooney and Mark Ruffalo.
All right, guys, I got 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
All right.
I will see you Thursday.
Yep. We may roll back to 9 o'clock on Thursday.
That's up to you.
O'clock and run 2 hours.
I'll be here if I have power.
If you want the extra destinations, you're going to have to set it up.
Yeah. All right. I ain't worried about that. All right. It's time.
Good night, everybody. have slipped the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Sometimes I'll just stir shit up for no reason.